Hello, this is Oni of the YouTube channel Oni Stuffs, and you're listening to Oni's Stuffs, my podcast-ish video series. Now, this is episode 4, and this video I start about my reaction and on watching the show Firefly. Now, if you don't know what Firefly is, it's a TV series, or before I explain what it is, what the hell is wrong with you? Why do you not know what it is? I mean, it's blasphemy that you do not know what it is. Sure, I didn't watch it, but I knew what it was. Okay, so if you don't know what it is, well, shame on you. That's all I can say. So anyway, let's get started. Firefly is a 2002 TV series, and it's like, I mean, before I watched it, I was really surprised by, I mean, I knew what it was. I heard about it. It's a space western opera-ish kinda, I guess. It's very character driven and plot driven, or so I heard. One thing I noticed, which is really curious, is that it was cancelled during in season 1, and it was up to the fans of the show who petitioned to have a sequel movie made called Serenity. Now the thing is, people who watch this show, I've noticed that they tend to swear by it. Like, it's like the holy grail of shows and stuff. And to be honest here, after watching up to 10 episodes, the entire first season, and the only season is 14 episodes. Oh, sorry, I saw up to 12 episodes. I can relate to that. I am starting to swear by this show as well. Like, yes, it has made me a fan. It is like one of the best shows I've ever seen, and could very well be the best live action TV series I have ever seen. Period. Like, nothing else comes close, nothing else comes to mind that can top Firefly. Just unbelievable. So it's like I said, it's a space opera, character driven ish. I don't know if opera actually means character driven, but I think that's what the meaning is. If it's not, then I apologize, but it's basically very character driven, and there's a huge plot line, overarching plot, which is really good. They have an episodic format, but it's like a good plot, and which is good. I'm a sucker for storytelling, in case you can't tell from my reaction to Minecraft custom maps, but I'm a sucker for it. So in the first episode, the Firefly, the name comes from the ship named Serenity, which is piloted by former Sergeant Malcolm Reynolds, who is played by Nathan Fillion. He's an awesome actor, so let's get that out of the way. So basically what happens in the futuristic future of futureness, there was this great war called the Unification War between the Alliance on one side and the Independents on another. The Independents were also called Brown Coats because of the brown coats they wore. And in this, there were two soldiers, Sergeant Malcolm Reynolds and Zoe Washburn. Let me just look up her old name. Zoe Elaine. Okay. And they kind of fought in this on the brown coat side, and the Alliance completely slaughtered them. So there's this good, you know, battle scene at the start, which shows them losing the Battle of Serenity Valley. It's one of the decisive ending battles of the Unification War. So sometime later, Mal is the captain of a ship called Serenity, which is a Firefly class spaceship, and Zoe is his you know what do you call that, mate, first mate, whatever. The rest of the crew is like Wash, whose the full name I actually don't remember. Let me just look up Wikipedia. It's Hoban Washburn. Yeah, no, Hoban is a weird name. Wash it is. Okay, who's the pilot, and he's also Zoe's husband. We have an engineer, Kaylee Fry, whatever, who's like incredibly happy-go-lucky engineer girl. We have Adam Baldwin as Jane Cobb, the hired mercenary, strongman hand thing, gun for hire, whatever. And we also have another interesting character who is Inara Serra, who's a companion, which is kinda like I don't know what the proper word for it. She's basically, in Mal's word, a whore. I mean, in a much more, you know, I guess much more dignified profession than you'd normally think. There's like, they're hired by high class clients to, you know, give them companionship, I guess. I mean, they have a whole school, and it's like a whole cool backstory. But that's not the point. Whoa! What happened to Audacity's waveform? That was freakish. The waveform kinda jittered all of a sudden. I hope the recording's okay. Anyway, so basically they were the episode starts with Serenity's, you know, salvaging from some broken down spaceship, and they see an Alliance, you know, big ship come in, so they kinda escape through an elaborate decoy thingy. So the decoy works, but they put on like a alert that we have stolen goods in a Firefly vessel. I can't spell that correctly, pronounce that correctly. So they travel to this planet where they try to sell this off to what's his name, Badger, who's like you know, like a criminal local of that planet, and he kind of refuses because there's already this alert on stolen goods on the Firefly people, so they don't take that kindly. So, you know, they kind of decide to find a better offer, or another offer, at least any offer. So anyway, in the meantime, Kaylee picks up some passengers on the way to the next planet where they're going. So we have 3 people come in. One is a preacher called Shepherd Book. And we have a really snazzy, high-class looking, but kinda young-looking doctor called Simon Tam, with a huge metallic crate. That's like huge. And we also have another guy called Dobson. Yes, I do have the first episode on Wikipedia open just so I could remember what to talk about. So basically, on the way, they discover that you know, that someone is sending a message to an Alliance ship, and you know, they think Simon is the one, because hey, let's face it, if you have a mysterious wealthy looking person aboard your smuggling vessel, and who has a giant crate and who doesn't talk to anyone and seems very stiff, who are you gonna suspect? Of course you're gonna suspect him. So he kinda punches him and stuff like that. But actually it turns out the kinda bumbling guy, Dobson, he was the mole, and Mal thinks that he's here to arrest them, but as it turns out he's actually after Simon, who's a fugitive. That's kinda new, I guess. I mean, pretty unexpected. So yeah, but the Shepherd Book, he actually overpowers the guy after he accidentally shoots Kaylee. Yeah, it's kinda... another thing I like, that even in the future they have bullets, which absolutely makes sense. I mean, I get pissed when people completely converts to laser weaponry in futuristic books. That doesn't make sense. Kinetic energy is kinetic energy, and they still do more damage than lasers can ever do. They are kinetic energy. They're projectiles. They're supposed to do damage. So anyway, Simon now, with the Alliance ship coming in, Simon refuses to help Kaylee. He's a doctor, in case I haven't told you. He's a doctor. Simon refuses to treat Kaylee unless they run for it. So Mal gets kind of pissed, but seeing that it's the only choice to do, they do run for it. And that's where the part 1 of the pilot ends. There's also a part 2, but we'll get to that in the next video, because apparently I'm again near my time limit. So this has been Oni of the YouTube channel Oni Stuffs, and you've been listening to Oni's Stuffs. Catch you next time. Bye.